Alright, time for 3v3 Gunslinger team battle against Radiant Tail, who we were supposed to team battle yesterday, but things happened, so we're doing it now. We're starting off Link Joker going up against Great Nature. Alexis Great Nature actually can do really
stupid shit.
Let me just say that her hand can be as large as great as Bermuda if she does it right.
Yeah. I turned down my TV.
So combine that with the possible power, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, she had to write a perfect guard, so that's not always the greatest start.
Unfortunately, Great Nature in general don't have a lot of soul blasting potential.
Mm-hmm.
First turn crit, but he 10k guarded. Plays Photon, which means he's got photons in deck. And that's a critical. Oh, okay. It's fine now. Critical trigger, draw trigger, heal trigger.
That's kind of fucked.
She rides Compass Lion, which means it's gonna retire something at the end phase, but she plays Fat Ass Hamster.
And the duck bill on Hamsuki.
Yep, to get Fat Ass Hamster a draw when it retires. This deck does use stand triggers.
Does it?
Yes. Great Nature is one of those decks that get away with stand triggers and get really good stuff from it.
All right. This mostly looks like an old style one. Like I don't think I've seen a new card yet.
The number of new card. Well, define new card.
I don't know.
Because if you mean something like a Legion, a Stride type unit, or something like that,
I know they don't get stride.
Great
Not
Nature
yet.
don't have a lot of those
Yeah, I know they don't
yet.
get a whole lot of that yet. They're probably gonna get pretty supported eventually, though.
They're getting supported in set 2.
Exactly.
It's not eventually, that's next set.
Shut your mouth.
As are Narukami.
And hey,
Anyone who
look.
saw the episode yesterday. Wait,
Wait,
she has
what?
4 and. Oh, yeah, because of heal trigger. Yesterday's episode, there was a Narukami player, although they didn't actually show what he was doing.
Hmm. Suddenly he has Vermilion's Legion.
You know what? The Thunder Dragon he had, it had a similar color scheme, but that technically doesn't mean much because most of Narukamis have that color scheme.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So now, starting to get off all the skills. Getting a draw from Hamsuke's retire. So first we're gonna have Binoculus Tiger, giving 5k to Tester Fox, and then the Vanguard can give 5k to Hamsuke. So that means that'll be a 25k column.
Yeah.
Not
Against an 11K Vanguard.
And also keep in mind she's gonna be able to draw 2 from this and get Hamsuke from the deck.
Hamsuke is a counterblast 1.
Alright. Hamsuke is no way, it doesn't matter because Tester Fox is gonna give her an unflip.
Oh. Where's the draw?
Hmm. Okay, she said wait. She just realized she has to do end phase things. Either she just realized or she clicked end phase and was about to start doing it on end phase because that's technically what you're supposed to do regardless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does say in-face skills, so
It's a little confusing to those who aren't used to fighting Great Nature, because Great Nature is the only one that does so much at the end phase.
well, she can constantly keep her hand at about the same level. So
If she had break road, it would have been worse.
yes, I know.
You can only imagine what would have happened in that case.
Kind of, yeah.
Um, Master Polygon can't Legion.
Yeah. Well,
I
one
just
hit a
realized
draw.
his name is Master Polygon.
Yep, yep.
Their hands are about even.
Just about, yeah. That's a 15K column. That's about to be a
Parade of
9,
the Hamskay.
uh,
That's going to be a 23K column if Alexis does what
24.
I think.
Yeah.
26
I don't
from the
understand the reasoning behind having Mobius Breath in the deck.
for the grade 2 ride.
I mean, I guess.
It's meant to do the grade 2 ride, you lock from it, and then you play Palipadum. So that
Palladium, jackass.
okay, Palladium. And then you make it relock so you have a locked unit on the turn that you're gonna start doing your shit. That's what
Yeah.
it's meant to do. Whether or not that's a good strategy is a completely different story.
Mm.
So she gets her unflip, she gets a draw, she gets her Hamskay. Well, she gets two back in the deck, and then she gets her Hamskay. And she also gets the Legion Mate skill as well, which is the exact same as Hamskay.
Mm.
Of course, she could use it to get the grade 3 if she wanted.
So
So
I woke
yeah.
up this morning
Mhm.
and it was kind of funny because I could see the light pouring in through my window, and my first thought was, "Oh shit, I'm late for work."
When you can see the light, you think you're late for work.
Well, I mean, it's more the fact that like I was just waking up, so I was like, "Oh shit."
No, I understand. When I was working 2 weeks on the school project, my hours were really effed.
Mm.
Like I would have to wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. sometimes just because I had to go to random areas, and I only had the night before to check where I had to go. So
Yeah,
depending on how long that took, I usually didn't get much sleep. Either that or I couldn't do much before going to sleep.
that sucks. Or you just chose to be a night owl and stay up all night.
I didn't even have the option of doing that at that point. One thing I'll say about myself is when I know I have work to do, I don't do shit like that.
All right, I believe you. Not really. I'll just nod my head and say, "Yeah."
If it's for the sake of money, I'll get my shit to straight if need be.
Why is this? What's taking so long?
He's thinking really hard about what he wants to do. I think he's debating whether to Legion or Ride.
Well, I would Legion. In all honesty, if I had the mate in hand or the Vanguard.
Well, at this point, I don't think he does. It's probably something he's thinking about. Like, okay, I can't discard one of the copies, so I can't lock. How am I gonna do this?
Has he not have an Astro
Check the
Reaper?
check the check the team chat just to be sure.
Yeah, I just backed out to check what was going on, and I think
What the hell?
what?
He just attacked. He didn't
What?
even Legion.
He didn't even call units.
He didn't even call from hand.
The fuck?
Now we know he doesn't have a copy of the Legion or the Mate in hand because that's why he wouldn't Legion. And I guess he's only keeping hand so that he has guard because these numbers get insane.
Yeah.
That's really the bad. That's really a bad way to do this, though. Alexis doesn't guard because even if he double crits, she'd still survive,
He's got a Dark Zodiac in hand now.
which means he'll Legion next turn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that heal doesn't go off.
Yeah. But his did. So.
By the way, the skill of drawing a card, choosing two cards, and putting them at the bottom of the deck,
Mhm.
that only happens if you retire something in the Vanguard circle. The unflip happens no matter what you retire.
Uh huh.
So as long as Tester Fox is in Legion, Lexi will always be able to unflip one, if not two units. So she'll always be able to counterblast two infinitely.
Mm. The loops.
Yeah. Especially when you can plus from loops.
That's sometimes kind of effed.
Well, this deck especially, if she was actually guarding, she'd be able to return triggers with it, then use um Researcher Fox and Hamskate to shuffle her deck afterwards.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it can do that. Because Great Nature do have a unit that specify you have to return grade 1 or higher. Tester Fox isn't that.
Wait, what?
They have a raccoon, a
Mhm.
7k grade 1, where when it retires, you can return 3 units to the bottom of the deck to get a copy of him from the deck to the hand.
Uh huh.
And it specifically says grade 1 or higher, so you don't recycle triggers. Tester Fox doesn't say that at all.
That's funny.
And then she just gets them back. Seriously, those two cards keep looping from the field to the drop zone to the hand. And look at what has come of it.
Stupid hand is stupid.
And keep in mind, this is without the break ride. If it was within the break ride, this would have happened faster, and she'd have more by now.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
You know, that also reminds me that when Great Nature gets support, they also get a limit remover.
So you're saying Leopold is coming back?
Probably reverse more than the original.
Leopold OP no matter what.
I mean, you're not wrong about that. Leopold was probably the first unit that let you get superior call to retire,
Mm.
so that you could actually plus
Yeah.
instead of doing one for ones.
Suddenly Leopold comes back as a Legion mate.
You know what? He kind of deserves it.
Mm.
He's kind of like in the Vermilion class of he did
He
get
get
a little bit of support at a time, but for the most part, he deserves
a
a
revival.
revival because he was never really that um usable after a point.
Yeah, because Polaris took his position.
No, Polaris tried to take his position and failed, and it's part of the reason why Great Nature went into obscurity is that they never had a really good boss unit that made sense for the clan.
I don't
Polaris
know. Polaris.
Polaris kind of does it, but it's really specific.
Well, um, I'll be honest. Polaris was actually really good if you knew how to do it. Like really, really good.
No, I'm not saying it isn't.
Like,
I'm just saying you have to know how to do it, and even if you know how to do it, you have to set shit up specific in a specific way.
oh yeah.
because he was the only unit to actually let you restand rear guards
Mm-hmm.
the way that he did. Also, by the way, great MasterPolygon started locking stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
Alexis keeps retiring her own units anyway. So she's gonna have the Vanguard's Legion attack, and she's also gonna have that rear column that's completely empty.
Yeah. Oh, well, that sucks.
Cold Death. For some reason, I thought that was always Cold Breath.
The,
So that's gonna be Omega Lock now, and Alexis smartly puts it in the rear, but the back row,
doesn't matter.
and then there's another one. Okay, so as a question,
Yeah.
what are the odds that this is a Glendios deck?
Oh, pretty high because he's at 5 damage now.
Yeah, he just ended his turn. This is a Glendios deck.
That sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is Glendios. So Alexis is gonna stride.
There's a perfect guard in that hand.
He would have attacked if there wasn't. Oh,
Oh
wait.
no, there's what the hell?
21, 31, 36, 41,
Oh,
46. He wants to be sure.
plus 15k though. That's 40. Oh yeah, it's still a no pass. It's just like
Stand trigger. Unfortunately, she can't stand anything. And stand trigger. Again, she
double
can't
stand
stand
trigger.
anything.
Suddenly, the stand
You
triggers
know
let you restand the
that would have been
vanguard.
great a turn or two ago.
Yeah, yeah, it would have. So,
So we're expecting to see. Yep. Alexis got to do what she wanted, but she didn't expect Glendios. She probably would have played differently if she had known that was going to happen.
yeah.
You can't really expect those sort of things until it's too late. But luckily, this is Gunslinger, so the next person up knows about it. Good games. See you in the next one.